Action.
Hey Mom, it's Jamie. I'm going to make you a movie to show you how to install some decals here. So what I first do is I lay my decals. You'll be doing this vertically on the door, right? So I tape it with painter's tape or masking tape up the center, and then I put pieces across the top and the bottom to relieve the pressure in case, just to make it so it doesn't come up while you're doing it. It's just a fail-safe, basically. Alright. What I would do to make sure that everything is centered at this point on your glass, you can measure from side to side and find a line of sight and measure from the bottom of these things and just make sure everything's straight before you start. That's a good way to do it. Just find a good line point, like, the bottoms of these M's. I'll measure the right side and left side to a line at the bottom of the frame, and that'll make sure that it's lined up. Now, what I do is I'm going to separate this top art from just the little letters underneath it. Ew. So I just made an incision right here, basically, to cut the top part away from it, and I'll explain why later. So what I do is I peel the backing away from the words that I want to keep on the front of this, very slowly. Make sure that I don't leave anything. There we go. We're making a movie. Alright, so just very slowly peel this side away. And then what I do is I cut away this the backer side. Just go ahead and cut that away. Obviously you'll be doing it on glass, much easier than cardboard. Peel this side back. And I put it down. Now what I'm proposing you do is on this top part, handle it separately and get a squirt bottle, a little water squirt bottle. Of course you'll have cleaned the glass before starting, but get a little squirt bottle and squirt behind this part. Because it's thicker than the little letters below, these little vinyl letters below, you'll get more bubbles in it if you don't maybe put a little bit of water down. You can use a card or your hands to seal it down, but ideally you have like a card, maybe use your license or something. You can use your hands. But if you put a little bit of water behind this part of the thing, you're going to be happy you did. Just peel it away slower because it's going to want to lift. And that's why you won't want to put water behind all of these, because it'll be more of a headache to do it to everything. You don't need to put water behind the littler pieces of vinyl, and they'll want to come up initially if you do that. So peel away the second side, like that. Again, like I said, you can separate this into two parts. You might be glad that you did, with water going behind the upper part. I like to do the left and then the right side. It's just easier that way for me, rather than try to stick the whole thing up there at once. You can make sure everything's level. So, you peel away this side. So I'm trying to be quick, obviously. This is just so you can see what I'm doing. Make sure you have a razor with you. An X-Acto knife would be great. That way you can straighten things out if you need to. I'll just leave that. Good enough. So all this stuff down here that's just smaller letters, don't worry about putting water behind it because you'll be able to just flatten it out. The stuff's pretty forgiving. If you mess up, you can use an X-Acto, peel it up and straighten it out a bit. But yeah, before you do this top part, I would recommend just getting a little squirt bottle, spray. Just get a little mist on it. You'll be glad you did. It'll make peeling off the wax paper a little bit more difficult because it's going to want to lift. But you'll be glad you did it. Then when you're done, basically, I would suggest this top part you know, just doing in little pieces, because, like I said, this is going to want to come up if you put water behind it, but it'll dry fine. Anyways, then you basically slowly peel away the wax. Alright, I'm going to go get Birdo. Love you, Mom. Let me know if you have any questions. I could do this again. I hope this goes well for you. Love you. Bye.